All right, bro, here we are. Last episode of the year. What have we got for tonight?
We got Godzilla -1. We got Family Plan. We have Gringo Who Stole Christmas. We got Aquaman Lost Kingdom, Maestro, and I'm missing one. Sorry guys. Rebel Moon. That's what it was.
Rebel Moon Part 1. That's the one.
Yeah. We got
All
six
right.
movies today.
6 movies today. I think we're closing off the year right. Let's get this rolling. What do you say?
Let's go.
All right. What's up, everybody? Thank you for joining us as the Faces for Radio podcast presents By the Numbers, where we take new releases, theater, streaming, or video. We watch them, we review them, whether we like them or not. We let you know what we thought. I am your host, David, aka the 4K Lowdown, and my co-host is
Rich, aka Turner Fan 77. Man, we're both living up to our name this week. I look like hell. You feel like hell.
Oh so, man, I'm telling you, it has not been a good couple of weeks for me, but we're gonna close out this year. We have to do episode 50, so we have done. This will be the 50th episode of By the Numbers, and I think that's the most I've done of any one show.
Same.
And
my first show was You Popped My Cherry, so so yeah, man. But before we get started, I just want to say thank you to you. Of course, David, you started all this. It's been fun. But I also want to thank everybody that started with us, our loyal viewers, the people that show up in the chats, the people that watch the replays. We do this because we like movies, but we also like your guys' feedback. And just thank you very much for always being loyal to us.
Yeah, definitely, you guys. We couldn't be prouder of our fan base and the people that watch our podcast. It's been an amazing ride. It's been an absolute blast this year. And no, I couldn't have done it without you, bro. This is
no, dude. You're awesome. I appreciate you. I'm thankful for you. I mean, I consider you a genuine brother, man. Because
me too.
Yeah, we never saw each other in person, but I mean, you're there. You're my friend. So thank you for putting the time in to do this. Thank you for reaching out to me. So yeah, just thank you, man.
Yeah, no, my pleasure, dude. And thank you for allowing me to chastise you on live stream.
I love it, man. That's what I'm here for.
Let Evan come in and give you crap for 30 minutes. But speaking of the chat, let's say hi to everyone that's here, because Nate jumped on early. What's up, Nate? Thank you so much for being here. Caveman is here.
What's
Guy,
up,
thank you so much. Get ready for a whale of a time. Please ring the new year by smacking that bell, like and subscribe. Thank you so much, my friend. Appreciate it. Miss Caveman is here. Hello, Miss Caveman. Corey is here.
What's up, Corey?
Good to see you, my friend.
What's up, Dell
is here. What's up, Dell? Holland is here. Love this. And then this is my favorite part. And then we got Icy is in the house. What's up, Reed? They're saying hey to everybody. I love it. It's just it's a great group. It's a great group. I love this group. I love the banter back and forth. I love the jokes. I love the serious points that we make. It's just been it's been a hell of a ride, and I'm very happy to be here. And even though we're definitely not 100%, we had to do this last one.
Yeah, episode 50, man. That's awesome.
That's awesome. And our goal is to do 52 for 52 next year.
Mm-hmm.
Means just
rain or shine, we're going.
Yeah, neither rain nor sleet nor snow nor dead of night. But so just keep in mind that our 100th episode of By the Numbers will be somewhere around early to mid-December of 2024. And we're going to do something. We haven't figured it out yet, but there's going to be something either alongside the actual episode, or the By the Numbers episode will be, just a major like Q&A and just have a bunch of people on. That's what I'm thinking. We have a big panel.
Yeah, I like that.
And we'll do our movies, and then we'll bring a panel in, and then we'll just talk and have a great time. I think that's going to be great. All right, so we've got 6 movies. We weren't sure about Godzilla -1, but I'm happy we were able to throw it in there.
I got to see it, finally see it.
Yeah, I'm glad you did. Do you want me to surprise you, or do you want to guess?
I like guessing. For our 6th movie, it has to be Gringo Stole Christmas. I apologize if any of you guys watch this with us. I like George Lopez for his comedy. He's a fucking idiot outside of his comedy. But I had high hopes for this because I like some of the people in the movie. But fuck, this was terrible. This was not even funny.
Hey, Sarah. What's up? Thanks for being here, Sarah. Happy New Year
to you. We appreciate you.
So yeah, I don't think it's it. Yeah, you said it right when you ended it with butt fuck, because that's what I felt like.
Maybe that's why you're sore today.
That's why I'm sore today. Just because no foreplay, no Demerol. I was just reamed with this movie. Something was in my Christmas stocking, and it wasn't coal.
Don't.
Think differently. We're gonna get into this, but yeah, our
number might be funny.
Our number 6 movie this week is.
I have a surprise for you, Mom, Dad. This is my boyfriend.
Your boyfriend? Oya como va, Senor Sanchez?
Holy balls! This movie sucked.
It's terrible.
Oh, geez, it was like. It was so bad.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was like, I'm like, okay, Rich is paying me back for some of the crap.
Oh God, I watched this and I was like, what the fuck did I do?
Yeah. Like, no. So this is How the Gringo Stole Christmas.
No.
And it's so funny. And what cracked me up, there's those three dudes in the car that are like right across the street, and they're always giving them crap. When they broke into a dance with some music that was playing, I just reminded of Jay and Silent Bob.
Right.
And I was like, are they trying to be they're trying to be I guess Jesus and Silent Hector. I don't know how you want to do it, but it was so bad.
They tried to fit every stereotype in this movie.
They did.
They stereotypes for a reason, but it wasn't fucking funny at all.
No, it wasn't. They just like shoved the stereotypes in your face with. And George Lopez, he did not do well in this movie.
No. If I heard Mexican Christmas one more time, Mexican bitch, it's a Christmas. No matter what nationality you're in.
No matter what, you're still well, good.
Awesome, Sarah.
Nice. 15 new movies. Love it. But yeah, that poster looks like 2000's National Lampoon.
It is.
Straight
it feels like
movie,
but worse.
Yeah. Oh yeah. This was awful, and it was
terrible.
I was trying to get something out of this, and
There's nothing just out of it.
The acting sucked. The dialogue was horrible. I
See,
can't.
the mom was good in something about Otto or Dr.
Yeah,
Otto, whatever.
I liked her. I mean, I
Yeah,
recognized her, and I didn't remember her name,
yeah.
but I liked her in My Name Is Otto.
Oh, My Name is
But
Otto. Forget what it was called.
but yeah, in this she was just kind of
Oh, she was annoying, terrible.
there, and it was just okay. And then there's the hoochie sister that I don't know. I
Yeah,
just was
she
trying
reminded me
to.
of my cousin. I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of family members in this that I can identify with.
Well,
Um,
there's a thing about because there was the one movie with all the Filipinos, and I'm like, I can associate with this because
yeah.
this reminds me of my uncle-in-law, and this is my auntie,
Hmm.
and I can kind of get that. Um, yeah, but yeah, there was just no relevance. No, Candy Cane Lane was better than this.
You know what? I think you're right, and I hated that movie. I'd watch Candy Cane Lane before I watch this.
Heck yeah. Think about the possibility of 20 years from now, Gringo may be a cult classic like How the Grinch. No, no,
No, I
no,
hope not.
no. If
Haven,
this,
I blame you if it is.
oh my God, don't even blame me. I knew better than to watch this one. Yeah, Adele, you were right on the money. But
But
like I
see, this
said,
goes back to us plugging in new movies. We don't know what
yeah,
we're gonna get.
yeah, we just plug it in. Even we don't even watch the trailer. We're like, okay, this is new. Let's put
Hmm.
it in, and then we watch it and we go, wow. Phew.
Yeah.
And that's what it was. So let's put this turd to rest really quick and go to our highlights. Uh so no real highlights. I think 6 is our highest score in any category. Um and that was so Rich, for you that was the plot and the story. And then my one and only 6 is in the music.
I gave a
Other than
story
that,
a 3.
yeah, you give the story yeah, you gave the story. Oh, I have you down as a 6 for
I
story.
only gave the only 6 I gave was to the plot because the trailer. When I watched the trailer, I was like, "Oh yeah, we got this." And then I gave cinematography a 5 because it's just a one camera shot. There's no whole
Oh,
lot
I
of work.
messed that up. Let me double check.
But yeah, this movie's terrible. While he's doing that, guys, I got the last of January schedule up on our Faces for Radio Instagram page. So
Yeah.
if you guys want to go be on the show in January, we got the whole schedule up there. Hit one of us
Yep.
up if you want to be on the show. And sometimes movies get moved just in case we can't get to the theater, because stuff comes up and we can't always go.
Okay. Yeah. That changes things around a little bit,
It's still the
but
sixth movie.
it's still the lowest score.
It's
It's
the
not.
movie, yeah. It's not going to jump this movie up to.
No, it's like, oh my God, now it's in first place. No, we actually went lower.
I would protest if this was any higher than 6.
Yeah. No, that's totally cool. So I'm gonna have to change the card really quick, but that won't be too hard.
I hope everyone had a great Christmas. I hope you guys all got some good movies, went to the movies, spent time with your family. Yeah. What you guys get some good movies out there?
Yeah, let us know if you guys got any good movies, or we know that
Or any
Sarah
cool gifts?
got movies. But yeah, did you get any cool gifts? Yeah, let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear about that.
Yeah. But our January slate is kind of rough because there's not a whole lot coming out in January. Few Netflix movies, I think a couple Hulu movies, a couple Prime Video movies, a couple theater movies.
Yeah.
But nothing that just gonna be a 90 unless it takes us by surprise.
No, unless I have hopes for Iron Claw. I don't know if it's going to give me a 90, but
yeah. Oh, that's right. That's coming up. I forgot that is the first week of January. And we got our award show with Geeks and Flicks coming up. We got our nominations.
Yeah, nomination show on the 4th, you guys, on Instagram Live.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be a blast. I'm looking forward to spending the evening with Nate and Alex again. Because that was such a great time last year. It is the four of us really work well together. I think so. Let's see, what still say? Picked up a couple digibooks for classics, Mutiny on the Bounty and All About Eve. Nice. Holland says, "Are you not excited for The Beekeeper?" Me neither.
Oh, I forgot. We have that on the schedule.
We have that on the schedule for the
movie. It looks fun.
Yeah. Came as any more weeks that don't have any horror in them?
Yeah. Go look. I don't think there's much horror on the schedule for January.
I don't think there's much horror coming up in January. Just went out to see The Boys. Oh, okay. Maybe you liked it. Evan, what's up, Evan?
Hey, what's up,
I
Evan?
appreciate you coming in to say hi. Hey, Happy New Year, miss you guys. Kids are off from school, and I've been at work just doing stuff. Dude, very cool. Family comes first, but we love you, Evan. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to the family. But yeah, this is a poopy. This is a poopy movie.
And you like fecal stuff, so this is right up your alley.
There's no poo scene,
I know.
Nothing for me to enjoy. It was just poo.
I saw something with poo, but I thought of you, Dave, and I don't remember what it was.
I bet you did. That's usually how I convey with my friends is, oh yeah, I saw some poop today, and it reminded me of you.
What was it? I don't remember what it was.
I don't know. It sounds like it might have had something to do with shit. Just a lot of floaters. Yeah, I'm sorry, this one would not flush. This was a floating hot air biscuit that just would not go down. And
again, if any of you guys saw it and watched it because of us, I apologize. This was my bad.
Yeah. I'm glad. Well, and you rented it too. That's double trouble for you. I was like, I am so glad I didn't have to rent that because, yeah, that was awful. All right, I'm glad
you didn't.
I think I've got that all set. Let's go to our final scores on How the Gringo Stole Christmas, coming in dead last this week. IMDb is giving this a 3.4. Rotten Tomatoes, no critic score because they won't watch it. Audience score is a 30. Rich, you gave it a 32. I gave it a 37 for a grand total average score of 34.5. Now that's a way to start a show.
Yeah. Will this make our bottom 5?
It might. It might. By score, it might.
It is over. Spicy.
Is the Gringo mess over? Yes, the Gringo mess is now over. Went to the theater to see one of the other movies coming up tonight. Oh, good. I can't wait to find out which one.
I know.
Speaking of which one do you think is our 5th place movie?
I am going to go with Family Plan.
Interesting. Let's see what our number 5 movie is this week.
I'm gonna kill Aquaman. Even if I have to make a deal with the devil to do it.
All right. It is Aquaman, The Lost Kingdom, coming in 5th place, you guys. This is in theaters right now.
Skip it.
Yep, this is the one I went to see. Okay, Del, what are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, Del.
We'd like to know.
I thought this was very juvenile. I thought it was a step down. The writing
It
was not.
I thought the biggest problem I had with this was the script. I think the way they wrote it, the dialogue, is
it felt very juvenile.
it was like two brothers like picking on each other and bitching about stuff. And in the whole thing, I'm like, okay, you're supposed to be king of Atlantis, and you're like,
this has to be James Wan's worst movie directed. I can't believe his name is on this film. I really am shocked.
It was a hot ass mess. Yeah.
And that end credit scene was like, what the heck? Come on.
Yeah. Yeah, that was funny. And absolutely worthless.
Yeah.
and there was a whale of a battle in it. Yeah. Oh yeah. There was a
Jason Momoa was too much of himself in this. And I didn't like that. If that makes sense.
Okay.
He didn't come off that way in the first one.
Too bad that WB pointed a gun at their foot and shot it with
I agree.
Shot it with all the there's this is just another example of how the comic book movies are just kind of shit in the bed. It just I don't know. Now I'd give this a higher score than I thought I would, but at the time, which I watched it last night, and I was in legit pain. Like I should have gone to the ER.
So he's delirious when he was watching this.
So I was delirious. So I came home and I scored it, and I go, really? Okay. But there were I liked some. I had a hokey bit with the CGI, and I don't know what it was, but it could be that the way that she's painted in a light, but I didn't like how Amber Heard looked in this movie. Yeah. I loved how she looked in the first one.
Yeah.
But there was something wrong with how she looked in this one.
All the underwater scenes looked terrible, I thought.
Underwater scenes weren't, yeah.
They looked better than the first one.
Yeah.
It's like this movie took a step backwards. And they had an extra year to
almost all of Momoa's lines were jokes, and most of them weren't funny. Yeah,
he was too busy being Momoa instead of Arthur Curry.
Reminiscent of like Love and Thunder, where how they were just being juvenile and petty and farting around. And I'm like, okay, the world is at risk, right? You couldn't, I guess they don't want to be serious anymore. Warner Brothers Smart released 3 movies over the weekend. One of them had it was Color Purple. David is seeing it. It's a musical. You are incorrect. I was disappointed that we didn't get to see any other Justice League members.
Well, Bruce Wayne was Batfleck was supposed to be in it, but they cut his scene.
They cut his scene, yeah. Yeah, she looked invisible because most of her scenes were cut. Yeah, like her face was like, I don't know, they CGI'd her face on top of someone else's face. I don't know. I'm just happy that Amber Heard didn't place any turds under any pillows. And I'm like, yeah, I know. It was so funny. As soon as I saw her, I said, well, shit. But, speaking of poo scenes, that's probably a poo scene I don't want to watch.
You'd still watch, Dave.
I would. They clearly cut out as much of Heard's role as possible. It hurt the story. It did hurt the story.
Yeah.
They were like, okay, we're just gonna hurt her and then let her sit for half the movie, and then have her show up at the end. I was like,
Patrick Wilson. I thought he did a good job.
Patrick Wilson did all right. You could tell he was out of shape.
Yeah,
but okay. And I liked the creatures that were guarding him in the prison. I dug that. I didn't like the, whatever was attached to the evil trident, that group. I didn't care for that. I didn't care for the CGI on those.
And Black Manta was waste here. Black Manta is a cool comic book villain, and he was a fucking waste here.
Well, yeah, he was basically this. Black Manta's character here reminds me of how they did Hawkeye in the first Avengers movie, where they just had him under mind control.
Yeah.
And he was just a mindless puppet. And I remember Jeremy Renner was like, just kill me. I don't want to be this character anymore. And they're like, no, wait, we'll give you a big role in Ultron, and we'll show you what Hawkeye is really about. And that's what they did to Manta. They basically put him under some kind of mind control, and He was just at the bidding of this evil king thing. Yeah. So, but yeah, that were where my problems were, and I didn't have as a problem with the underwater effects. I thought those were okay. I did like some of the stuff, but yeah, it was really like shooting a bullet and throwing it compared to the first one.
Yeah, it just blows my mind. This was a James Wan movie.
I
agree, Del.
completely agree with that, Del. Manta was so much better in the first movie.
Yeah.
I hope everyone.
Cal?
You too, Cal. Thank you so much, brother. Did you all hear about Amber Heard's new project? Where she plays as twins. It's called Two Girls and One Cup. Is that a joke?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's a joke or not. I don't know. Caveman could be kidding. He could be dead serious. I have no idea. But yeah, everybody's saying hey to Cal. But yeah, this is just I don't know. I liked it. I was entertained. It got my mind off of the pain a little bit.
Right.
I did find some of the lines funny, but it was mainly Patrick Wilson being serious and saying something completely outrageous.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And I thought some of those lines were really funny. And then Randall Park. Does Randall Park have to be in every comic book movie?
Yeah.
I'm okay with that, but could they have had someone else fill that scientist role? Yes.
Yeah.
And I would have preferred that. Because basically he went from being a bumbling FBI agent to a bumbling scientist. And
the guy, the scientist he plays in the comics, isn't that way.
No.
My question to you, Dave, will you be buying this day one?
No. Remember my resolution.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot.
So
I will be buying this if it's $9.99 or under. There's no way I'd pay more than $10 for the 4K.
Aquaman 2, a top DCEU film.
No.
Top? No.
Man of Steel.
A joke. I'm gonna need you to brush up on your internet, Dave. Hey, the internet is true. What's up, Chris? Chris is in the house. How you doing, Chris? Slash the like button. I appreciate that. Let's see. After I saw it, I posted about it on Facebook, and my cousin responded. She told me that her and her husband are friends with Patrick Wilson. Her husband was neighbors with his family. That's cool. That's a neat little story. Hey, Chris, I don't know if you know Shirley Temple, but my uncle mowed her lawn when he was a kid, and she was a full-on adult. That was kind of an interesting thing. It's joked. Oh, don't Google Two Girls, One Cup. Okay. That's I've got a story about that. Because yeah, I was looking to get, maybe some jet skis or something when the kids were younger, so we could go on jet skis on the lake and stuff like that. So I went on the internet, I typed in water sports. That was a huge mistake. Yeah, Man of Steel. I like Man of Steel too.
That's just top DCU film.
I think my top DCU was the first Wonder Woman, because I love that whole with the World War I, and I like the history with that. So I dug that one a lot, and then Man of Steel, and then probably Batman v Superman.
That's Man of Steel, BVS, and the Snyder. Or Wonder Woman is in there, the first one.
A Snyder cut I got to throw in there too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Snyder cut only, not the
Joss Whedon version.
Yeah. He sends him Christmas cards every year, and Patrick was at my cousin's wedding. Nice. I was at their wedding too. Patrick was like 12 at the time, but I met him before he was famous. That's cool. I want to see 4K Lowdown versus Dude Who Loves Movies in a cage match. Not right now. Yeah. And dude loves movies. He's a big dude, man. I don't want to. Yeah, you don't need jet skis for those water sports. No. About saying people give Wonder Woman some love. Top 3 for me too. Thanks, Cal.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I really dug it. That was my favorite and got my highest score of the group. But I do really enjoy Man of Steel. I loved how they did the fight scenes. So yeah, that's probably I'm gonna have to put Snyder Cut at 2 by score, because I think I gave Snyder Cut an 8.7 and I gave Man of Steel an 8.4, and then BVS I gave 8.2. So but Wonder Woman got an 8.9. That was my highest score of the DCEU. Actually, the PayPal order canceled because they thought it was naughty. Was buying the album for John Lee Hooker and Canned Heat called Hooker and Heat. Zack Snyder Cut's got to be number 1 for me. Nice. Won't reveal my picks because I'm doing a DCEU ranking video soon. Oh, nice. Yeah. If you need a guest, Rich might be available, but I might be available. Another big Google warning is never search for his Minions and only shows like, okay, yeah. Nice. All right, let's go to our highlights for. I was gonna say let's go to our highlights for Aquaman. And moving this along, but I love the comments in the chat, you guys. Mm-hmm. So Rich, your highest is 10 for cast. That's a given. Other than that, you've got 7s for ending and cinematography, and then 6s and 5s, pretty much. Now I gave a 10 for cast. I gave an 8 for ending. I gave a 9 for cinematography because I ended up going up 2 and then down 1 and then up 1, down 1. And it was like that all the way through the movie until I was like, until finally I was like, okay, I'm at a 10. And then I see Amber Heard's face again, 9. So that's how I ended up at 9. So, and then I have an 8 for music and 8 for plot, 8 for ending, 8 for music. So those were my 8s. But yeah, I think all in all, this is not something to go chasing after in the theater, but if you're a fan of Aquaman, go ahead. I'm going to get it eventually because I have to get them all in the franchise, but this is not a day 1 buy.
This is like a Black Friday buy.
I'm not even gonna. I wouldn't even look for the 4K to be honest. But if nothing else, I would. I might. If the Steelbook looks cool, I would get that. But yeah, Black Friday or Prime Day, the June one.
Yeah.
See if I can get it for a decent price for there. I'll buy it for the same reason. Yeah. See, I have to have it. I have, the what was it? The Lost Boys has 2 sequels, so I own all 3 of them, but the second 2 movies are awful. So
whoa. Lost Boys has 2 sequels?
Yeah.
How did I fucking miss that?
Because they suck, dude.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they suck. In one of them, I think it was called The Tribe. Actually, Corey Haim. It's before Corey Haim died, and Corey Haim is actually a vampire, and Feldman is still human. And there was like
that sounds familiar. Maybe I have seen it. I've watched a lot of fucking movies. That sounds.
You might have seen it.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Yeah, Aquaman 1. Yeah, see,
I loved Aquaman 1.
I loved Aquaman 1. That's top 5.
It made $1 billion. It's the only one to make $1 billion.
Yeah, Lost Boys 3 was an okay. Yeah, Lost Boys 3 was okay. I mean, compared to 2. But because I actually tried to bring some of that first one back. It's kind of like how Starship Troopers was really good. The second one sucked ass, and the third one actually tried to go back to the first one and the way it was. I like Starship Troopers. I think they're cool. They're shitty scripts, but great action. Yeah. Like I said, I liked this, but I don't think you need to go rush into the theater for it.
Yeah. Wait till it hits streaming or a rental.
Yeah.
Not the $19.99 rental, the fucking normal $5.99, $6.99 rental.
Yeah. I bought that Lost Boys triple feature from Walmart, but haven't seen either of the sequels yet. Yeah, you're not missing out. All right, let's go to our final scores on Aquaman, coming in 5th place, you guys. IMDb is giving this a 6.0. Rotten Tomatoes critics score 36%. Audience score 79%. Rich, you gave it a 61. I gave it a 75 for an average score of 68.
A little high.
And I think that's about right. 68, I think, is about right. I like all but the second Suicide Squad movie.
See, I like the second Suicide Squad movie after I watched Peacemaker. I didn't like it the first time.
Yeah.
But after watching Peacemaker, I get what they were going for with Suicide Squad.
Yeah, you're not missing anything by Wonder Woman 84.
Yeah, I don't watch Wonder Woman.
That was not good. %. Yeah, I like. Oh, DC. I like the DCU animated movies are really good. I'm a fan of those. I think those are really good compared to the live action. All right. So let's go to number 4. What do you think?
Family Plan. I'm still going with Family Plan.
Family Plan. All right, let's take a look at our number 4 movie this week.
Bigger.
Really? At least let me put my kid down.
Clean up on aisle 6.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, Family Plan comes in at number 4, you guys.
Yeah. This wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, though.
I really enjoyed it. It's very I really liked it. I thought basically, so I have a fan fiction thing that I want to throw out there. But what were your thoughts on it, Rich?
I thought this was a fun Mark Wahlberg movie. He ain't stretching here as always. He doesn't stretch it at all.
No, he doesn't stretch. He's too old.
Michelle, his wife, Michelle Monaghan? I forget her last name.
Michelle Monaghan, yeah.
Yeah, she's pretty good in this. Actually, the kids are in here pretty good. I didn't like the baby because there's a lot of CGI.
I agree with that.
But the story
kind of like how they did the CGI in Family Switch with the baby and the dog.
Yeah.
And that was kind of Marky Mark and the Family Plan was better. Yikes.
This is more fun than Aquaman.
This was more fun than Aquaman.
Yeah, this was way more fun than Aquaman.
Family Plan, True Lies for the Family. Yeah. Evan, it's PG-13. Spy Kids. We both enjoyed this. Yeah, this was a.
And see, the twist that it took, I won't even call it a twist. What he was, I thought he was something else instead of what he was. And because at the start of it, he's something, but I thought he was.
What's up, Jeff? Jeff's in the house. See you, Jeff. A lot of Marky Mark slander. Good. Feel the vibration. Music was good. I did like the music in it.
I say watch it. If you have Apple TV Plus, give it a watch.
Yeah. So do you remember the movie The Big Hit?
Remind me.
Okay, so it's Mark Wahlberg, Lou Diamond Phillips, Antonio Sabato Jr., and their assassins. Christina Applegate's in it.
Yeah.
And okay, so he was really young. In fact, he had a movie late at the video store that the guy kept calling him about. But anyway, he's an assassin working for this guy. And then they decide to go on their own and kidnap a girl for ransom. And the girl turns out to be their boss's goddaughter. So they blame him. They frame him for the kidnapping. And so everybody's out trying to kill Marky Mark, and Marky Mark's trying to protect the girl. So here's the thing. And then, oh, hey, what is up,
What's
Tony?
Up, Tony?
Showing up, man. I really appreciate it. Happy New Year,
Tony.
But yeah, that there is a true lie. I love The Big Hit. So, dude, I love The Big Hit. It's definitely one of my favorites.
I've never seen it.
Alicia Silverstone. Was it Alicia Silverstone? No, it was Christina Applegate was the Jewish girlfriend. I'm pretty sure it was Christina Applegate. Yeah, he's an apologetic hitman. Kelly Bundy walks all over him. Great fight scene. Yeah, dude. So here's the thing. So the girl that they kidnap, Marky Mark falls in love with. Now he's an assassin, and that girl is Asian. Okay, so Q the Future and Maggie Q is that Asian. So I treated this like a sequel. It felt like it was like he gave up hitman stuff and he decided to get, a family and do all this kind of stuff, but he was still this great hitman. And then Maggie Q, who was the girl that was kidnapped before, became a hitman with him, and they kind of fell for each other. But then he left her. So anyway, I was like, it was The Big Hit meets National Lampoon's Vacation for me. What was that? That kind of mesh of stuff. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I had a blast with it. The music was fun. The fight, the gun scenes, the action. I like the boy with his video game stuff and how that came into play. And and the girl with the boyfriend.
The laser tag was fun too.
The laser tag was fun. It was cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I said, hey, I can get behind this, Dave. Okay, Holland.
Yeah. And when you said, I forgot Maggie Q was in this too.
Yeah. I was just hoping she didn't have much of a part.
No, not till the end.
In the beginning, and then shows up later. And I was like, man, I really wanted more from her. But I mean, I kind of pegged who she was right off the bat.
There's no hiding. There's no surprise.
There's no. Yeah, the twist is easy. It's not. It's almost like big neon signs. Let's say, duh. So, it's just one of those. It's one of those things where it was a fun film. I really enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
And I did like it more than I liked Aquaman. I had a good time with it. This is something I would watch again, for sure.
And I didn't roll my eyes in this movie like I did Aquaman.
No, the humor was better here.
Yeah. And this is going to sound weird. Marky Mark outacted Jason Momoa.
Yeah. Del Callan, anyone interested doing a ranking DCU animated stream? Nice. If you guys are in for that, definitely hit Caveman up. What's up, Dimension?
What's
good
up,
to see you, man. You missed it. We were talking about Aquaman in kind of a negative sense, but we were talking about it. But yeah, I think this is worth a watch. It's
don't sleep on Apple TV. If you have Apple TV Plus, they have some good movies on there, man.
Yeah. I've never been completely disappointed. There are movies that I've expected more out of and didn't get it. But I think, everything for me has been definitely watchable. I haven't had a crappy movie from Apple TV.
Yeah. I think the only one that I didn't really, really like was the Hot Chick and Chris Evans movie.
Oh, that I can't even think of the name of it now.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Hold on a minute. No, speaking of Chris, now do you think Chris Evans is only good as Captain America?
No.
Because he needs to pick. He was good in Knives Out. I'll give him that.
He was good in Knives Out.
But I haven't seen a role that I've liked him in.
Yeah, I know you didn't care for Gray Man, but I liked his role in Gray Man. Yeah, I liked him in Gray Man. I'd like to see him go back to his comedy roots because I think he's funny.
Yeah.
When he did like Not Another Teen Movie and those type of things,
Yes.
I think he did a good job.
He was good as Human Torch.
Yeah, I thought he was good as Human Torch. Again, he was sarcastic. It was funny.
Well, that's true. That's
Um,
true.
Yeah, Apple TV Plus, favorite streaming, loving the morning show and Slow Horses. Dude, I just got into Monarch, and I really like it.
Watch Coda, guys. That's the best picture winner at the Oscars.
I won Best Picture. I'm still kind of kicking them because they didn't do a physical release of that.
Yeah, that movie's fantastic.
Yeah, Chris Evans makes independent films that got a lot of love. He's great in those. Cool. I liked Evans and Gray Man and Not Another Teen Movie. Yeah, see, me too. There's one that he did. I think it was called Gifted, where his daughter was like super smart.
Yeah, I hadn't seen
and he was trying to take care of her or something like that. But I really liked that because he had to deal with the dynamic of the aunt was trying to take the girl, and he was trying to get her through school, and she was like really smart, like crazy smart. Yeah, Miss Caveman loved Coda.
Yeah, Coda's fantastic.
But dude, I enjoyed this a lot, and I think it deserves to be higher than Aquaman. Even though you gave Aquaman a higher score,
yeah,
in this one, but I went high enough, higher than than Aquaman with Family Plan to where it averaged out to where this was just a little bit higher for the average score. So let's go to our highlights for Family Plan. Let's see, we both have 8s for cast. Other than that, you have a 7 for wild card, and then you have 6s for acting, plot, story, script, and I think that's it. The rest are 5s. Now I have a 7 for plot, 8 for ending. I have a 9 for the story because I threw in that whole big hit doodah thing that I just made up in my head, but I really loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That, my whole fan fiction gobbledygook that I made up. I was like, dude, this would be so cool. And then I gave a 9 to the wild card because I think as an action comedy, I think it works really well. And it's just as easily a family movie. I think it can cover a lot of genres, and I think that's really awesome. Defending Jacob on Apple TV Plus with Chris Evans.
He's fantastic in that. You're right.
Yeah.
But he had more time to stretch out the acting.
Before We Go is great. Did we watch that, or is that?
I don't know.
Rich just watch more movies. Before We Go, have we seen that? That sounds familiar.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I don't think we watched it. I think we were talking about it, and then it was pushed or something, so we had to skip it. I think that's what it was, and then it ended up not coming back into the fold. But anyway, let's go to our final scores on Family Plan, you guys. Coming in 4th place. Where's my scores? There it is. IMDb is giving this a 6.3. Rotten Tomatoes critics score 24% because they suck and they have no sense of humor. Audience score 63%. Rich, you gave it a 59. I gave it a 78 for a total average score of 68.5. So yeah, it was just half a point higher on the average score than Aquaman.
This was more fun.
This was more fun. I would. This is rewatchable. I would watch it again.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas
would you buy
Aquaman,
a physical release?
I would. I'd buy a Blu-ray.
Yeah.
If it's under 15, I'd buy a Blu-ray. If when Aquaman comes out, I guarantee you, even if it's Steelbook, I'll buy it and it'll probably end up staying on the shelf.
Yeah, the Walmart has a Steelbook for it already.
For Aquaman?
Uh-huh.
Oh, coming up for pre-order, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Before We Go is from 2014. Okay, so then that's not what I was thinking of. Thanks, Evan. I appreciate the clarification. All right, so let's go to number 3. What do you think number 3 is this week?
I am going to go. What do we got left? We got Maestro.
We got Maestro, Rebel Moon, and Godzilla.
I'm going to go Rebel Moon.
All right, our number 3 movie this week is...
If summer doesn't sing in you, then nothing sings in you. And if nothing sings in you, then you can't make music.
David, I'm disappointed in you.
It is Maestro coming in third place, but this was really good.
This had no business. I had no business liking this movie. It was not made for me. But
no,
man.
this was. I was so not interested. I was like, I watched the trailer for this. Really, a movie on Leonard Bernstein? I was like, I am not here for this. But it's a really good. It's a really good story. Carrie Mulligan, Best Actress nomination. Best Actress nomination.
Yeah.
I can see an Oscar nomination for her for this because she was amazing.
She was.
Bradley Cooper did a hell of a job. Yeah. I think both of those, they did great. I wouldn't be surprised if Bradley Cooper got an Oscar nomination for this as well.
Yeah.
But Carrie Mulligan,
love the style it was shot. I love the black and white.
I'm not a fan of the black and white, but I loved how they did it. So I had to give props to the cinematography there, because as the movie aged, or as Leonard Bernstein aged in the movie, so did the cinematography. It went to black and white, and then it went to Technicolor, like the 70s color, and then it went to like the quality color that we see now. I loved how that was filmed, and it was directed by Bradley Cooper. He produced it. He co-wrote it. He was all over this film. So I wouldn't be surprised if there was a script nomination for screenplay or something like that for Bradley Cooper. I think Bradley Cooper could get nominated for maybe not for director, but I still think he did an amazing job.
He did a good job. But I think Carey Mulligan steals the show. She hands down steals the show.
I loved her in Promising Young Woman.
Oh, she's fantastic.
And she's fantastic in that. And I saw no difference here. I thought she was fantastic here. Man, I
think my favorite scene is after her diagnosis. And it's not a spoiler if you know the story.
I'm excited to watch Maestro. The movie is made for me. Yeah, it was made for you.
The kids put the record player on, and Leonard like kind of stands up. They're dancing. Yeah. She's cutting his hair. He stands up. Yeah, and they do that group hug. I was like, oh fuck.
They put in a song that everybody likes, and they're doing the funky dance, and then he's like, "Come on, everybody, come in," and they just embrace.
It's a simple scene, but there's so much in that scene. He truly loves that woman, no matter what decisions he made.
No matter what his sexual orientation might be. He absolutely loved her. And
after the performance scene too, when he runs up to her, that was great too. Yeah.
No, this was good. This was really good.
I had no business. I had no business liking this movie as much as I did.
What's up, Steve?
What's up, Steve?
Good to see you. We're saying hi to Steve. But yeah, no, this was amazing. This is definitely worth a watch. Oops. What are you doing, dog? Huh? But yeah, let's go to our highlights on it.
Yeah. I know why I gave it.
Yeah, you gave 10s to cast, acting, and cinematography, and then you gave 8s to ending, story, script, direction, and wild card. I gave 10s to cast and acting. I gave 9s to direction and music, and then I gave 8s to script, cinematography, and wild card. I think my classical upbringing really came true here with the orchestra and its composing and the conducting and all that kind of stuff. I really enjoyed that. I got a little bored in the middle with the story. So it was a little long. Yeah, it dragged a little bit. Where they're just sitting there and there's just dialogue and they're just talking, and I'm just like, okay, it come to a point. But the music really made up for that. Even though there's one musical dance number doodah in there, which was okay, but it was basically when she was like, "Hey, show me what you can do. Show me what your music is." Because the guy was like, "You need to change your name if you want to be a conductor."
Even Sarah Silverman was tolerable in this, and I can't stand her.
Oh, I can't stand Sarah Silverman, but yeah, they rained her down, and she was actually decent as the sister. She was actually nice. Let's see. You're gonna make me resub to Netflix. I don't know. Netflix has done some pretty good stuff this year, particularly in the foreign area.
There's one foreign film that's in my top 10 movies of the year, and I refuse to think about it.
That's got to be Hunger. That's got to be Hunger. That movie was so good.
Yeah.
And I picked it, and it wasn't at all what I thought it was going to be.
You thought it was a horror movie.
I thought it was a horror movie. I thought they were like cannibals or some shit.
Yeah. but it was a beautiful story.
Oh man, it was beautiful. It was such a great movie. But yeah, no, I do hope that this gets some sort of Oscar buzz.
Yeah, me too.
I'm sure absolutely does. But it's
at least for Carey Mulligan's performance.
Yeah, Carey Mulligan she was so good. Let's go to our final scores on Maestro coming in third this week. IMDb gives this a 6.9. Rotten Tomatoes critics score 80%. Audience score 73%. Rich, you gave it an 80. I gave it a 79 for an average score of 79.5.
It's a good score.
It is a good score. Oh yeah. All right, we got 2 left. So what do you think is coming in at number 2?
Rebel Moon.
Yeah, let's I don't think that was a big shock, but let's take a look at Caveman's novel. What do you say? Similar terrific movie. Okay, similar to Maestro, called DeLovely, inspecting a magical biographical stage musical composer. Cole Porter reviews his life and career with his wife Linda on Max. Oh, that's interesting. Cole Porter sounds familiar. All right, so let's take a look at our number 2 movie this week.
What do you think they want?
Everything.
Yeah. So Rebel Moon Part 1 comes in number 2. And
okay, we have a chat called Films and Friends, text chat, and in this movie, there's a little discussion about the love-hate relationship with Zack Snyder.
Yeah,
I am a Zack Snyder fan. I loved his last movie, his last 2 movies, the Army of the Zombie movies, and the spinoff of it.
The Army of the Dead and Army of Thieves.
Yeah, I dug those.
Yeah. I like those too.
This is not Zack Snyder's best work. I give him that.
No.
But it's still a fun watch. I had fun watching it. I love that lady. I don't know her name. The lead actress. She was awesome.
That's Sophia Boutella.
Yeah. I think she was great. I think the cast was pretty well okay. I mean, the supporting cast doesn't do a whole lot. That's all I got to see. Yeah, I liked this. I'm excited for part 2.
Yeah, I'm excited for part 2. I wanted more backstory instead of just like a narration in the beginning by Anthony Hopkins, which who plays the robot too.
Yeah. But see, they put that out in a comic book form. This is like there's a comic book for that backstory, which doesn't help the movie.
Yeah. But I just, so I understand what's going on. Basically, this movie reminded me of a steroid-induced CGI version of Firefly.
Oh, you're right. You're really right. Yeah.
Where it's like there's there's all these great weapons and ships, and then they go to this planet and they're all farmers, and that's what there was like. There's poor areas and rich areas, and of course it seems like the bad guys are running the ship. Maybe a Star Wars-esque theme here.
Mhm.
If you want to look at it in that context, it's like Star Wars meets
So
Firefly.
that
But
was the buzz
yeah,
about this movie. It's
yeah,
Star Wars ass.
yeah. But Firefly is even like that though, where the Alliance is the bad guys and the rich. They're all the rich people and they have all the weapons, and then the rebellion, the browncoats were the ones that got defeated, and now they're trying to survive, and they're still kind of attacking the system. Same type of thing. This Rebel Moon really reminded me a lot of that.
Mhm.
Only with big giant 300 special effects where everybody's in
Which
slow
were
motion.
great, I thought. I,
I enjoyed
yeah.
it. I had
Mhm.
fun with it. I love the effects. It
I
just it
love
took
the
me a
end
little bit.
battle scene. I thought that was
Yeah.
fantastic. The only
I,
thing
I
I wanted more of was Charlie Hunnam. I like him. I'm a fan of his.
yeah.
Um, I didn't like the way his character turned out. Um,
Yeah.
I like him. Um,
I don't know. I kind of saw that though in the beginning when I first saw him. I was like, okay, I think this is how that guy's gonna
well,
go.
yeah, but I mean, as a fan of his act, as that
As a
person,
I like Charlie Hunnam,
yeah.
and so does my wife. My wife loves King Arthur,
Oh, that's a good
Legend of
movie,
the
man.
Sword,
That's a good
and
movie.
so when she sees him, she goes, "Oh, it's King Arthur," and then she's like,
He's always
"Oh,
Jack's teller.
yeah." What was it? Evan says, beginning with Hopkins just made me think of Thor intro. This movie is just Dune, Star Wars, and Firefly. Nothing new, nothing interesting. Okay, I said more. Yeah, you did.
All film is subjective.
But I like the touches that Zack Snyder puts on his movies. I still enjoy that, but I
Are you a fan of his
understand.
slow motion?
Yeah, I like
Me
it.
too.
I don't have a problem with it. But I got to tell you, I didn't have a problem with Michael Bay's flamboyant special effects when I first started watching it, or John Woo's doves and shit. So each one of these each one of these action directors, they have their niche where they go, okay, this makes them unique, and then they basically just keep doing the same thing until they beat a dead horse. And then everybody hates him. So now Michael Bay, who used to be King Dingaling as far as movies go, as far as action movies go, now he's like, if you're a fan of Michael Bay, you might as well just say you like Michael Bolton, and you know, hide under a rock because everybody's going to give you crap because you like Michael Bay. I think the same thing holds true now for Zack Snyder. He's moving into that thing. John Woo fell into that. Everybody was like, oh man, Mission Impossible 2 is the greatest of the series. And now that all these other ones have come out, they're like, oh, John Woo sucks. So there's this fine line where, if you keep doing the same thing, pretty soon people are going to get tired of it.
But with Zack Snyder's, there's no in the middle. Either you hate him or you love him.
Yeah, exactly.
And he has that vocal minority that ruins a lot of things online. I do not like the Snyder Army. I disdain them. I don't like those people that flood the review sites, that attack people online. I hate those people.
Yeah.
But I enjoy Zack Snyder's work.
Yeah. No, I agree, Caveman. I think Creator is better.
Oh, yeah.
Than Rebel Moon.
And for like a fraction of the budget, too.
Yeah. Creator's got way more substance to it. More interested in the robot story than they left him. I wanted more with the robot story. And I also think, I'm looking forward, even though we have to wait till April for part 2.
That's not very far. That's 4 months.
It just seems like further away because I really want to get into it now. Love Charlie Hunnam, but basically was supposed to be a Han Solo character, but they killed him off early.
What's up,
Tiana? What's up, Tiana? Thank you so much for being here. Everybody's saying hey to Tiana, but yeah, I like this. This was enjoyable. I would watch it again. I would. I've already watched it a second time.
Oh, you have?
Because my wife was like, "Oh, I want to see it," and I'm like, "Cool, put it on. Let's do it again." I have no problem with that because the action and the CGI and stuff, that's like 300. I would watch that over and over again because it's so entertaining with the way that they did it. Is there a lot of substance to Rebel Moon? No. It's really just, okay, let's put a bunch of action scenes together and kind of make a story out of it.
The action scenes are good too. I mean, the end battle. I love the end battle in the final scene. I did like that.
Sofia Boutella is amazing, and ever since the first Kingsman movie, I have loved her. I think she's amazing. Her acting chops are getting better.
Yeah.
Because she did Kingsman, she did Star Trek Beyond, she did Hotel Artemis. That's where I started to really like her as an actress. And then the Mummy movie, well, all right, but she did okay. It was just not a very not a very worthwhile movie, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Bill says, "How do you know you're a Zack Snyder fan? Do I love your movies with tons of pointless slow-mo or not?" I don't mind the slow-mo. Slow-mo doesn't bother me. But John Woo did the same thing. Whole bunch of pointless slow-mo. Jerry Bruckheimer did the same thing. So it's just, are good and bad things about this movie. Yeah.
Yes, I enjoyed it. I think it's worth checking out.
Yeah. It's just, I had to get about halfway through the movie before I really fully realized what the story was, what was going on. I liked Ed Skrein in this. I think he's good as the antagonist, as Admiral Noble. And I like what happens to him. I don't like the whip 'em stick that he uses. I think that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Why? Well, fetch me my beating stick, and then
it breaks so easily.
It breaks so easily, and then when he threw it, it sounded like dink. Like, how are you supposed to hurt someone with that? I thought that was kind of corny, but I still enjoyed it. It's still something I would watch again. I will, if it comes out, I will get it on physical. I hope they release part 1 and part 2 together, but I doubt they would. No, they won't. They want to get I know they want money. What are you talking about? But anyway, let's go to our highlights on Rebel Moon Part 1. So again, we're both at a cast of 10. We both have cinematography as a 10. But Rich, you also have the wild card as a 10. And then you have 8s for acting, plot, ending, story, and direction. I have a 9 for plot and a 9 for wild card. And then after that, I have 7s for acting, ending, script, and direction. So I think all in all, this is worth a watch. And I get that I get that people don't like Zack Snyder, and I think I hope there's not pointless shitting on this movie without actually giving it a chance.
There is. I mean, that's the nature of the beast.
Do I think it's going to win any Oscars? Probably not. Maybe for visual effects. Maybe some Razzies. But I think, maybe a nomination for visual effects, maybe. But it's not. Yeah, it's just, I think it's rewatchable and it's fun and it's entertaining and there's good action in it.
I agree with all that.
Yep. I have the newer Dune on 4K. Haven't watched it yet, though. I did like the newer Dune. I can't wait for the second part. Don't forget shaky cam, Dell. Feels like Dune all over again. Oh, man, I was thinking today was Tuesday. What's up, Jay? Today is not Tuesday. I like the Snyderverse DC films and his other films. Yeah, me too. Who's hating on Snyder? Who? Evan. I gave it a chance. I wanted to like this. I love these types of movies. Yeah, but it's Zack Snyder, so you're already a -5.
Yeah.
You're predisposed to like not liking his stuff. So as soon as you see an effect that has Zack Snyder's name all over it, like that slow-mo crap, then you're like, nope, I'm out. And that's totally fine. If once you're at that point where you just don't like that anymore, then it can't be a good movie for you. I'm not quite there yet. I still enjoy that. I do think they overdid the slow-mos in this, but not enough to where I was rolling my eyes and being all pissed off about it. I hope it's better than Dune.
It took me 2 times to watch the new Dune, and I enjoyed it the second time around.
Yeah. It's something that, I know the first time I fell asleep.
Yeah, me too.
And then I went and watched it the second time, and it was better for me the second time. I agree.
Yeah.
But just like the original Dune, Dune is slow. It's supposed to be slow.
The original Dune, I have that 4K. Oh, it looks great in 4K. The original.
It looks great. It sounds great. Oh my god.
Yeah. But the movie itself
is so good. But yeah, Evan, stop it. When Zach does a Snow White movie, even will be on it.
That's pretty good.
Oh, that would be funny. All right, let's go to our final scores on Rebel Moon Part 1, coming in second place, you guys. IMDb is giving this a 5.7. Rotten Tomatoes critics score 24%. Again, they don't like Zack Snyder either. Audience score 64%. Rich, you gave it an 83. I gave it a 77. Total average score of 80. So the only reason why Maestro got lower than Rebel Moon was because of you, not me.
Oh, damn. See, I don't tally up the scores. I just know my scores.
Yeah, because you gave Maestro an 80 and Rebel Moon an 83. I gave Maestro a 79 and Rebel Moon a 77. So I was actually lower for Rebel Moon.
See,
I thought Maestro was way better than I expected. It was just slow in the middle. That's kind of what bugged me. I don't mind that part. The action was fine, but Snyder puts action over story. Of course he does.
Yeah.
Like the backflash scene about her life. We don't need to see it because it's just Thanos and Gamora story. Yeah, I get that. I like Zach, but I was just using the slow-mo thing as an example of him. I hope you understand what I'm talking about. I like Zach, but I found this movie subpar. I don't think this is his best work. I absolutely don't.
I agree.
I think that part two is either gonna smash or shit the bed. I don't think it's gonna be in the middle. I wish there was a little more character development and dial down the slow motion action. See, I felt the same way. I wanted some more character development, but I know he got right into the mix of it. And then, I think the slow-mos were overdone a little bit. I think they should have saved those for like the big action scenes. And, when she's saving the girl from being raped, maybe not so much.
That was a cool scene too.
That was cool.
Yeah. Already Dead's awesome.
And I liked how the robot came into that, which was really cool, especially with the backstory. But that leads me to what I think is going to happen in part 2. Army of the Dead's hella fun. Yeah, I liked Army of the Dead. I liked Army of Thieves. I liked the prequel. I thought those were good. Once again, Rich's fault, just like all his Tom Cruise movies.
Hey, now, Evan.
Anyone else think it's funny that
spend time with your kids? Get off.
-1 is the #1 movie this week? Hey, now, don't spoil it, because we love the Monsterverse Caveman. That's right, the Monsterverse is king. So yeah, let's take a look at our #1 movie this week, you guys. Dude,
this was fucking awesome.
Godzilla -1. It should be Godzilla +3 because this movie was so good.
Yeah. Now this was a Godzilla movie.
This was. Yeah.
Tony, go see
Tony,
it.
this is
Go
one
see
I
it.
definitely recommend you going to see in the theater. Movie Hunter, what's up,
What's
my
up,
friend?
Movie Hunter? How you doing, man?
Yeah. Really? Not funny at all. -1 is awesome. -1, this movie kicked ass. Hope part 2 dives into the robot story. Yeah, I hope part 2 does too. I think there's going to be a lot of development with the robot story in part 2.
I agree with that.
Yeah. What's up, Jay? I've seen 3 films in the theater over the past week, and we'll see -1 soon. I hope you do. I hope
you saw Iron Claw. Yeah. I saw that on Instagram. What were the other 2?
Yeah, never liked Angry Dino or Broadzilla, whatever they call it.
But this movie, nice. the humans I actually cared about, man.
Yeah,
there's
actually a good story. Fine, I'm leaving it. Oh, you're not.
Oh, nice.
The Color Purple and Wonka. Okay. Yeah, I was really surprised how much I liked Wonka. I didn't think I was going to like that. I know you weren't surprised. No. You weren't surprised with how much you liked Wonka. Oh, I want to thank my eldest son Eric, who gave us a like on Facebook. Thank you, son.
Thank you, Eric. No, the human characters in here were great. I liked the kamikaze story. I really did.
Yeah, I like that too, and how he kind of hated himself. And I'm going to go ahead and read the synopsis on this one. Post-war Japan is at its lowest point when a new crisis emerges in the form of a giant monster baptized in the horrific power of the atomic bomb. So this is like right at the end of World War II.
Mm-hmm.
The Japanese know that they're defeated, but they still send these kamikazes out there to make these runs. And this dude like has cold feet, so he's like, "Oh, I'm just gonna, oh, something must be wrong with my plane. I'm just gonna land on the repair island and get it fixed." But there was nothing wrong with the plane. And then Godzilla attacks and destroys everybody on the island except for him and one other guy. But you have the story of that guy, how he's dealing with the remorse of I'm a coward, and my land has been destroyed, my family's gone, and now I'm supposed to take care of this woman and this child.
And that's steep in the Japanese culture. I mean,
yeah, who aren't mine, and I can't acknowledge them because I'm a horrible person I deserted, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't take these as my own. So I need to do something to make it was the human story was more gripping than I thought it would be, and that's what I really liked about it.
Yeah,
it wasn't like the movie was just about Godzilla destroying shit. It was this human interaction, this human, between the man and the woman and the child and the neighbor and the group that was the group of civilians that decided they were going to go attack Godzilla instead of the government because the government was too busy doing the war. Like, we're stuck, so you guys do it. I think that was the main point that I really liked was the I don't want to say that Godzilla was a background character because he was.
But we got the right amount of Godzilla on screen. I think it wasn't overdone and it wasn't too much. It wasn't enough. It was just right.
Yeah, and I love the effects on him. Yeah, I love the effects on him.
Like was the throwing stars on his back. I thought they were too big. I thought they kind of looked hokey at times.
Oh, the stalactites.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
I was like popping up and stuff. I was like okay with that, but I get how they wanted it to stick up out of the water.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I thought that was a little too high. But yeah, everybody's saying hi, everybody.
Yeah.
Humans in -1 are actually 3 characters. Yes, perfect point.
Yeah.
The humans in the Monsterverse are all stereotypes and yeah, and that was the thing. But I still got the nostalgia of the old Godzilla movies.
Yeah.
When it's attacking the city and all that kind of stuff, you still get a little bit of that. But at the same time, you got this rich story, this rich human story that goes along with it. And I think it's fantastic.
Yeah. And
So
like I
much
said a
better
second
than
ago, the destruction, the special effects were in there top notch. I know people keep saying this movie was $15 million, but the director said no, it was more than $15 million. He went on record as saying it cost more than $15 million to make. But whatever it costs, it looks fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks fantastic. It's made 76.3 million, at least the last time I checked, in the box office, but I think that's higher now, probably closer to 90.
Oh, yeah.
I think it'll break the 100 million mark, and I think it should go even higher than that. But they didn't expect it to do anything. They gave it a limited release.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't expect it to do anything. And then all of a sudden it's like, dude, you got to go see this. And then they say, well, okay, we're going to release it wide. And dude, that's the best movie I've seen in the last month, bar none.
I agree.
So yeah, don't knock the fact that it's in Japanese and it's subtitled.
And don't
even worry about that. I have to say, you don't even need to read it for the most part, because you can get the emotions. You know what's going on. There was one part where I was trying to figure out where the guy was, because it was like his hair and his outfit and stuff kept changing in like the beginning of the movie, and I wasn't sure it was the same guy. So there was a little bit of a story hiccup for me because of the language barrier, but that quickly resolved itself, and I was completely on board. I hated watching people leave because they didn't want to read the subtitles.
Yeah. See, I didn't have that issue. I mean, I think there's maybe like 15 people in the theater when I seen it. No,
the theater was packed when I went. When I would go see it, that theater was packed, and then like I have probably 20 to 30 people just walked out. Yeah. Because of the sign. I could hear him talking about it. I don't want to read the movie. They just get up and walk out, and I'm like, dude,
I hate that. I don't like to say you don't want to read the movie.
You were so missing out. I mean, and there is a lot of dialogue. So there are some points that you really have to read it and figure out what's going on, but you can tell emotion-wise what's happening, and it just would be so much worse dubbed, because you wouldn't get any of that. Just King of Monsters. I didn't like a few of the people other than the Japanese actor and the actor who plays Tywin on Game of Thrones. Yeah, I agree with that, and I think the actors in here are genuine. I love the backstory with them. I love that whole thing. It was really, really good. Even if it cost more than 15 million, it was nowhere near the 200 to 300 Marvel and DC's. No, I would say it's probably closer to 30 million.
30 to 40 million dollars, I bet.
30 to 40 million. Is it dialogue heavy? Because I know that it isn't dubbed. Yeah, it is dialogue heavy, but I don't think you need a lot of it. Just get enough of that dialogue to where you know what's going on.
Oh, we'll get a physical release for this.
Yeah. If it gets a physical release, then you're going to get dubbed. You're going to get dubbing. But yeah. How did they not know? Didn't the theater, right? The theater labels it. When I bought the tickets, it said Japanese. It said language Japanese.
Yeah.
And they just went there because people were like, "Oh, it's awesome, you should see it." And they were like, "No, Japanese movie." My theater showed a dub.
Really?
That's cool, because all I got was a subtitled version.
That's what I got was subtitled. But I don't like dubbed movies. I'd rather read it.
No, and yeah, I agree. But this was fantastic, you guys. I definitely recommend
it.
I'm glad you did too, because as soon as I watched it, I was like, Rich, man, if you get a chance, you've got to see this in the theater. And just, let me know if you have the same thoughts I did, because I was like, man,
this is
so
awesome.
good.
Yeah, dude, Jay.
Yeah. Now this is leaps and bounds better than any Godzilla movie that I've seen. American Godzilla movie.
Better than Matthew Broderick, but any of the MonsterVerse movies.
And you're disappointed in our rank.
Sorry, Cal.
Well, can't please everyone, but
oh, nice.
So I would have wanted to see it in IMAX, but yeah, it's a 2-hour one-way drive, and I was like, nah.
Yeah, I don't have an IMAX near me.
If I see y'all out here on those internet streets, it's on. All right, hold on. No, that's as far as it goes.
Get my fingers ready to type.
I get my fingers. Here we go. Get ready to be trolled. Yeah, I wonder what your disappointment is in our rankings, and this is our average ranking. So our order, our order of films is not the same. We both have this one as number 1 for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But great stream. Get to feeling better soon, David. Migraines. Okay, yeah, it's not migraines anymore, but it's something much more, much worse. That's really bugging me. Spotify. Thank you, Caveman. We're gonna get to that in a second. But yeah, let's go to our highlights on Godzilla -1. So Rich, you have 10s for the plot, script, cinematography, direction, music, and wild card.
Yeah,
I have 10s
for this to our new plan because I didn't think I was going to see it before the end of the year.
Oh, so you went with the visuals, sound.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and then that's why you have. Okay, well,
it still works.
It still works. So I gave 10s to the acting, plot, ending, cinematography, and wild card. And then you gave 8s to acting, ending, and story. I gave a 9 to script and a 9 to direction, and then 8s to story and music. But yeah, this was fantastic.
It was awesome.
Aquaman should be higher first. Marky Yuck, then Zilla over the king of the sea. Sheesh. Okay.
Dude, Aquaman wasn't very good.
I gave Aquaman a 75.
What did I give?
So you gave it a 61.
Yeah.
And I was higher with
James Wan
than Aquaman, but
and Aquaman 1 was great.
Yeah. But thanks. I'm glad you still like the show.
We appreciate you staying with us, man.
We appreciate you hanging with us, even though you're disappointed. And I can't say it's the first time I've disappointed someone.
Like I said, my girlfriend says I disappoint her all the time. So
I was gonna say, yeah, I've been married for almost 30 years. I disappoint my wife constantly. But hey, she sticks with me, so I'm happy about that. But let's go to our final scores on Godzilla -1, taking our number 1 spot. IMDb is giving this an 8.4. Rotten Tomatoes critics score 98%. Audience score 98%. Rich, you and I both gave it an 88.
Ooh, it's pretty cool. Our number movie both scored it the exact same way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We just had different categories. I was heavy on acting and story and all that, and you were heavy on script and direction, cinematography. So we had our 10s in opposite areas, but we came out with the same score.
That's funny. So,
it's pretty cool. I appreciate respect the madness. That's really right. I appreciate that. Sounds like you guys are both 10 points too low. I guess according to
it was the cast.
Lower
than it was the cast.
Yeah, it was the cast. The cast gets a 4 because we didn't recognize anybody.
Yeah. Thanks, Corey.
You were, yeah. We're always looking to have you back, Corey. Appreciate that.
Do you want to talk about the new scoring way for the first of the year, our first year back, or do you want to wait?
Yeah, well, we were definitely going to do that. So yeah, so The next week is our first episode of the new year, but we're going to continue with the number. So it'll be episode 51. And it will air on the 3rd of January. Same bat time, same bat channel. So 6:30 Pacific. Yeah, same ugly faces. 6:30 p.m. Pacific time, 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Rich's time. And yeah, I need to get the other films I own. Can I get desensitized by all the horror slashes I watch? Yeah. Yep, you can. Hit that like button. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Yes. Have a, I hope you guys had a great holiday and a great new year coming up. But yeah, definitely hit that like button for us. We would definitely love that. Before we get to the new scores, I want to basically say that this live stream is sponsored by Spotify for podcasting. They take the audio portion of this live cast and they put it out on Spotify for free and then shove it over to other stations like Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Pocket Cast, Castbox, Radio Public, and Google Podcasts. They do that all for free. They sponsor us and they get us more sponsors once we get more followers. So if you guys haven't already, give us a follow on Spotify and then you can listen to us on any of those stations that I mentioned. All right. So, yeah, gotta love how Rich gets his on time. Yeah, holidays. Yeah.
I'm terrible at time, man.
Thank you, brother. Yeah, Rich gets his own time because he doesn't know how to do time zones. So,
yeah.
So I have to tell him.
It's actually Corey's time zone too. It's Jay's
Corey's time zone. It's Mel's time zone. It's Jay's time zone. So, but I have to say it. I have to say, but I always say 8:30 your time when I'm talking to Rich. So yeah, hit the like button. Yeah, hit the like button on both streams because we're live on Turner Fan 77 channel as well. We really appreciate that, Caveman. All right, so when we're coming up to next year, we're making a little change in the scoring system. Because after doing the high fives and doing the shows that we're doing, we kind of want to, even things out a little bit. We noticed some changes that we want to make. So, first things first, we're going to remove the script category from the scoring because it's a little harder to figure out whether the script is written well or not based on whatever. But I figure we use acting and story to kind of tell us what the script is. It tells us the dialogue and all that kind of stuff. So we're removing that out of the picture.
Oh shit.
And then we're adding a subgenre. So what we're doing is instead of wild card, we're just going to label that genre. So that's based on action, drama, comedy, whatever the main genre of the movie is. And then subgenre will be another score, and that'll be based on the subgenre, where it's a disaster movie or heist movie or a slasher, something like that. Then we're changing the cinematography, and we're just changing that to visuals so that it combines anything that you see on the screen. That could be cinematography, that could be editing, that could be CGI or visual effects, practical effects, any of that stuff. And then for music, we're changing that to sound, and that can be anything from soundtrack to score to sound effects to anything like that. So anything you hear qualifies as that category. The last thing that we're doing is we're taking plot and we're changing that strictly to trailer. So it's going to be for those of you that want to be on the high five next year, we will have you watch the trailer for the movie and then decide on a 1 to 10 how likely you would be to watch it, not knowing who was in it or what it was about. So if the trailer looks good, you give that a score. Something like that. So that's instead of reading the synopsis from IMDb, we're going to go by strictly the trailer, and it's the default trailer that you see, either when you go to IMDb or Vudu or something like that. Whatever the first official trailer is.
Yeah, for me, I only like to watch one trailer. The first trailer they put out for movies, especially new ones, because they spoil everything in them. So I always try to do the trailer one. That's it.
Yep. I'll watch one trailer and it's usually the first one. Whatever it says, watch official trailer. That's the one that I do. Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Interesting changes. The only one I'm not sure about is changing the script to subgenre. We're not changing it. We're just getting rid of script and adding a category for subgenre. The story and acting could be great. The script could still be bad, or vice versa. I agree with that, but I noticed with the high fives that too many people didn't know how to score the script. So we felt that it would be better to just eliminate that category and make it combined with the story and stuff like that. So,
and remember, guys, we have our January schedule up. And if you guys want to go down the rabbit hole with us and watch the 5 movies, you're welcome to come. Hit David or I up and pick the date you want to do.
Yeah, we know you guys are always welcome. And Caveman, I'm going to say I apologize again for saying no to you this week, but I wanted to really get this done as fast as possible. But we'll definitely keep you in mind for the future.
Yeah. Pick another date, bro.
Yeah, pick another date. And then, of course, we've got our first 6 months of themes for the high five. And January and February are taken. We got January, Movie Buff Grant is going to be on the show. And then February is going to be me for my top 5 romantic films. And then, so March, April, May, and June are open. So if you guys look at the theme and you want to do a top 5.
And there's some good themes in there, man.
There's some good themes like, summer blockbusters and Oscar winners and things like that. So if you guys are interested in being on the show, hit us up for that high five. If it gets too close, I'm going to start asking people to be on it. So, but yeah, I mean, otherwise we end up skipping that month. If nobody decides to do that theme, then we don't do a high five.
Yeah. So guys, please hit us up, man. We love talking to our community. We love just all you guys. So we would love to have you guys on here.
Oh, right. Caveman wanted to do coming of age movies.
Awesome.
Yeah, Caveman, I'll put you on for that. But yeah, I think that's it.
That's it, man. Thank you guys again for being with us for 50 episodes. We can't appreciate you enough. We really do.
Did we do next week movies?
Oh no, we did not
have
to do that.
Yeah, let's do next week movies.
Okay, for 1-3, we got Iron Claw, which is the theaters. We got the Kevin Hart, Chris Rock Netflix documentary. We got Butcher's Crossing, which is on Blu-ray and VOD. We got Fry Bread, Face, and Me, which is a movie on Netflix. And Freelance, which is on VOD.
That's a John Cena action comedy. So yeah, I saw that on a mystery movie.
I saw it in the theater.
Find the themes. Okay. Can you find the themes? Okay, you can find the themes on our Instagram page. So Faces for Radio on Instagram. It's at faces.for.radio, the word 4, not the number 4. So you will see that in there for our themes coming up. And I will put it on I'll put it on the about page for the YouTube channel. That's the other thing. Jay, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
The other thing is the 4K Lowdown YouTube page is going to be changing. It's going to remain where it is, but it is going to be the Faces for Radio podcast. So I'm changing the name there. I will be leaving the 4K Lowdown on maybe Facebook. I haven't decided whether I want to change that or not, but I have a Faces for Radio on Instagram already. So the 4K Lowdown will still be available on other platforms, but the YouTube channel will change to the Faces for Radio podcast. I am going to try to change the @ symbol to Faces for Radio. So it will no longer be at the 4K Lowdown. It'll be at Faces for Radio probably, or something.
And hopefully we can get Comic Talk on there and our Kevin Smith show on there going forward after the first of the year, hopefully.
Yeah, we're trying to put all of our format stuff on the Faces for Radio podcast, be it movies or comic books or whatever. So that's what we're trying to do for 2024. And I hope you guys would like that.
And join us for the ride.
Yep. Found it. Good. Thanks, Del.
Thanks, Del.
Yeah, I'd love to have you on the show for a high five, Del.
I love
That'd
Del.
be great. Yeah, Del's one of my favorite people. Thank you, Steve. I appreciate that. Definitely see you next week. Good night, everybody. Thank you. Thank you, Corey. Appreciate that.
We appreciate all you guys, man.
Dude, we love you. Yeah, just want to close it with saying, Happy New Year, you guys. It's been great. I will be on live New Year's Eve because
I might be able to join you. I meant to tell you
he might be able to join.
Yeah, I might be able to join you.
But I'm just going to jump on New Year's Eve. I don't know exactly what time. Probably around.
We might be topless. It's New Year's Eve. We might be crazy.
I will probably be topless at some point.
Yeah. I'll break my man titties out.
And all right, break the moobs out. But yeah, I've got a bunch of steel books that I want to show, and we're going to talk about the stuff that we did over the year and just chat with everybody and do Q&A and what have you. But yeah, I was gonna ring in the new year on live on YouTube. And
you see, I don't have to be to work until I get to go in. It's so fucking stupid. They making us go in 3 hours late. I'd rather get off 3 hours early than go in 3 hours late. Yeah. So I might be able to join you depending on what I got going on.
Oh, I know what I'm tuning in for New Year's Eve. I appreciate that.
Our balls will not be dropping.
God, please keep your clothes on. No, see, Jay, I am a reverse stripper, so I start out naked, and then people pay me money to put my clothes back on. That's how that works. And,
good night.
I make pretty good money. Good night, caveman, dude. We appreciate you, man.
Well, that's it, man. Right? We got all the announcements out.
All the announcements out. We talked about our changes. Schedule coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Movies for next week. Yeah, I think we're ready to get out of here. You guys.
All right.
It's been an absolute pleasure this year. And Rich, it's been an honor with you.
It's been my honor, man. Thank you.
It's been amazing. I love this ride, and I can't wait to do 50 more of these.
52.
And 52 more of these in 2024. Until then, you guys, thank you so much. Be safe. God bless. Happy New Year. Hopefully we'll see you New Year's Eve. Either way, we'll see you next time on the Faces for Radio podcast. Bye, everybody.
See you guys. God bless.